What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? This is why you subscribe to the channel, because when news breaks, we hit you with a video here on the Chiefs Report. So hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you never miss breaking news here on the show. Jerick McKinnon has re-signed with the Chiefs. We break it down next here on the Chiefs Report. What's up, Kingdom? Harrison Graham here, back with another video. We were about to put out a different video, but then the news dropped that Jerick McKinnon is re-signing with Kansas City. We kind of knew this would be the case yesterday when Brett Veach heavily alluded that this could and likely would happen, but they have now gone ahead and made the move. McKinnon will be back for 2023. Field Yates had the scoop first. He said the Chiefs have officially re-signed Jerick McKinnon today, per source. McKinnon played an integral role for the Super Bowl champs last year, leading the team with 9 touchdown catches and was named a team captain during the playoffs. This is a no-brainer move for Kansas City. Jerick McKinnon, and really for Jerick McKinnon as well, he has found a nice little role here in KC where he's a veteran third down type of back. He sometimes gets his own series as well, reliable in the passing game, both as a receiver and in blitz pickup, and he's become someone Patrick Mahomes flat out trusts. And I'll take it a step further. Andy Reid has used this guy as a weapon in this offense. So Jerick McKinnon is back. It was obvious that when the Chiefs did not draft a running back this year that they would go ahead and bring him back, and now that has come to fruition. What is your one-word reaction to the Jerick McKinnon re-signing? Let me know in the comments down below. Your one-word reaction to bringing back Jerick McKinnon. I'll give you 2 words: needed and weapon. You needed another back in the backfield next to Isiah Pacheco. We'll talk about Clyde Edwards-Helaire a little bit later. And I mentioned the weapon part of it earlier. In the red zone, he's a mismatch guy out of the backfield, getting stuck on linebackers. He can beat those guys to the spots. He's just good enough as a runner. I mean, you look at his stats from last year, 803 all-purpose yards, 10 total touchdowns. This guy does a little bit of everything. He's tight with Mahomes as well. I mean, I think it speaks volumes that after 1 year with the team in 2021, he was at Mahomes' bachelor party that offseason. They brought him back last year, played an even bigger role, and now he's back for another campaign with Kansas City. Don't forget, Jerick McKinnon won Offensive Player of the Month for December, and then, of course, you attach the January games as well before the playoff starts. But when he had 8 of his 9 receiving touchdowns in that month and a half, he was spectacular. Now, you're not going to get that hot of a stretch throughout the course of a 17-game season, but he's a guy that can run a little for you, catch a little bit for you, reliable blocker. I like Jerick McKinnon a lot, and I'm glad he is back in the fold in Kansas City. More analysis on this re-signing, plus we'll get to some Clyde Edwards-Helaire news as well. But support the Chiefs' first-round picks. Felix Anudike-Uzomah, the local kid, Kansas State, KC zone. Felix Anudike-Uzomah, get his jersey at chatsports.com/Felix. That link is in the description and in the comments of this video. It's chatsports.com/Felix. Go ahead and pick up his jersey. Pre-order his jersey today, and once he finalizes his number and they get enough jerseys printed, you will get it shipped to you well before the season starts. Chatsports.com/Felix. Okay, you look at the running back depth chart now. The kind of combo you had toward the end of last year, right? It's back. Isiah Pacheco, I expect him to be your lead back. Jerick McKinnon, who does a little bit of everything like we've talked about in this video. And then, again, we'll talk about CEH in a second, but I like bringing back the duo of Pacheco and McKinnon. You don't need superstars back there, although I do think Pacheco does have star potential. I mean, the way he runs, just taking on contact, and I thought he improved as a receiving option as well down the stretch. He could be a 3-down back in his near future, but the beauty is you don't need him to be. You have Jerick McKinnon for that. So like bringing this pairing back together. I think it makes sense. You don't need a 250 carry guy in this offense, and you're not going to, because you have it by committee. Who will have the bigger impact this year? I think Pacheco will have better raw stats. He'll get more carries, play more snaps, etc. But at times McKinnon will have a bigger impact. Type IP for Pacheco, JM for McKinnon. I think the hope is Pacheco has a bigger bigger impact throughout the season, but McKinnon will definitely be a valuable IP for Pacheco or JM for Jerick McKinnon. All right, let's get to the news around Clyde Edwards-Helaire before we get out of here. The Chiefs have officially declined CEH's fifth-year option. He is now set to be a 2024 NFL free agent. Of course, the first-round pick in 2020. Let me first say this. In other news, water is wet. Don't tell producer Trace that. He does not believe water is wet. I do. If you don't believe water is wet, in other news, Bears do still crap in woods. So, yeah, the point is that CEH was never going to have his fifth-year option exercised. I know Brett Veach before the draft was like, and we haven't made a decision. Yeah, you have, because when you look at his declining production since his rookie year, had he built on those 803 yards and 4 touchdowns and parlayed that into a couple of 1,000-yard seasons or something like that, you'd be like, okay, yeah, we're going to exercise his fifth year. But he's already playing a position that's not incredibly valuable, and he's been supplanted by Isiah Pacheco as this team's starting back. So he was never going to have that fifth-year exercised. Here's Brett Veach on Monday speaking highly about Clyde Edwards-Helaire, saying they're excited for him for this season. Said he was the first guy he saw in the building. He's in tremendous shape. He's a good football player. He's going to help us out here again. Now, I think that's just nice GM speak. I could see a scenario where he's still on this roster and he's like your third back, maybe your second back in terms of getting carries, whereas McKinnon's kind of your just true third down back in terms of checking the ball down to him, etc. But I think if the Chiefs could cut or trade him, they would do so. I'll add this as well. Deneric Prince, who went undrafted, who they added after the draft, he might make this team. And if he does, then keeping Clyde really doesn't make sense. So keep an eye on that over the next few months this offseason. They could definitely deal him to another roster or ultimately end up cutting him. Will CEH be on the Chiefs roster in week 1? Type Y for yes, or you can go ahead and type in for no. Let me know down in the comments section below. I definitely think the re-signing of Jerick McKinnon, which Field Yates obviously had, reduces his chances, reduces Clyde's chances to be on this roster. Clearly, McKinnon's going to be a factor in this offense with his 9 touchdown catches a year ago, added another one on the ground, and he is poised to play another role here in 2023. I'm excited to have McKinnon back. He's kind of become a leader on this team as well. I was at the Super Bowl and got to talk to him a couple of times. He's soft-spoken, but you can tell when he speaks that his teammates listen. He doesn't lack confidence, so he has certainly found a home and a career that was almost lost. I mean, he signed with the 49ers a few years ago and missed 2 straight years with injuries, and people thought he was done. Chiefs gave him a chance, and especially this past year really showed that he's still got a decent amount left in the tank. So he is back. CEH's fifth-year option is not, and we'll see where that goes for Clyde moving forward. All right, guys, if you have any questions, have any Chiefs comments, thoughts, hit me up on social media at HGramNFL on Twitter. It's also at HGramNFL on Instagram. Always down to answer your questions and chop it up when it comes to Chiefs Kingdom. I'm Harrison Graham. We'll see you guys soon here on the Chiefs Report.